Joy-Anna Duggar has been making headlines lately. Like many of her Duggar News siblings, she remains in the limelight for realigning her belief system after the Josh Duggar scandals. Her sister Jinger has been upfront about calling out IBLP's religious practices, and many siblings are following in those footsteps, including Joy-Anna. However, this time, she created a buzz for something very different. Everyone knows how active Joy-Anna is on her social media. She often gives updates about her everyday life and her adorable family, with 3 kids and her husband. Well, she decided to do something rather daring with herself, but it severely backfired. Well, things got so bad that Joy-Anna had instant regret and began to cry. What happened? Duggar News. What's up with Joy-Anna these days? At first, Joy-Anna ended up garnering a huge fan base for herself, even after her family shows Counting On and 19 Kids and Counting stopped airing on TV. She started her weekly YouTube vlogs to give updates about her family and everyday happenings. She embraced her role as an influencer and would often promote products, but she stopped. As per the updates, Joy-Anna and her husband Austin have moved out of their family home and are in a temporary home while hunting for their dream farmhouse. So, in order to focus on these aspects, she decided to quit filming for YouTube. At the same time, fans saw Joy-Anna prioritize herself and indulge is something quite bold. But the outcome of it was a disaster, and it also made her cry. Duggar News. Joy-Anna ruined her virgin hair with home dyeing disaster, cries with regret. Joy-Anna has been making headlines for a while now. First, it was her decision to quit the YouTube vlogs, and then she started documenting her moving out of her family home journey. Then, her youngest baby boy, Gunnar, was also hospitalized due to breathing issues. But as of now, Duggar News followers know there was a calmness in Joy-Anna's life until a disaster struck. She decided to film something quite bold. Joy-Anna wanted to dye her virgin hair at home. Prior to this, she had not done anything major to her long locks. But all of that changed when she and her friend Gabrielle decided to give her a makeover at home by dyeing her hair. They decided to get a chocolatey brown shade with some red undertone, but that's not what they got. Joy-Anna was regretting the makeover after the reveal. She began to laugh, but also said it was a disaster. She said that the dye box had false advertising, as her hair was dark with red parts next to her roots and purple undertones. It was making her skin look rather pale. In the next video, she decided to film herself going to the salon to get some damage control. She promised the audience to keep them updated with her final look. Do you like Joy-Anna's new hairdo? Tell us in the comments. To craft a creative story inspired by a Duggar News, Joy-Anna cries over disaster at home. Here's how a scene might unfold in a fictionalized setting. Duggar News. Joy-Anna Duggar cries over disaster at home. Here's what happened in the usually bustling Duggar household, filled with the sounds of children laughing, siblings chatting, and life's daily rhythms. An unexpected event has turned their world upside down. For Joy-Anna Duggar, wife, mother, and reality star, it was just another day at home until a sudden disaster threw her family's routine into chaos. The day started like any other. Joy-Anna, known for her energetic spirit and ability to juggle tasks with grace, was managing her usual morning. Breakfast had just been served, and she was cleaning up while her young children played nearby. It seemed like a peaceful, typical morning in the Duggar home. But as the morning moved on, strange sounds began echoing through the house. At first, Joy-Anna thought little of it, chalking it up to one of her kids clanging around in their room. She wiped the kitchen counter and kept on with her tasks, assuming it was just another of the everyday noises she'd grown used to in her busy home. It wasn't until she noticed her youngest child, Evelyn, tugging on her pant leg with a worried expression that she felt a pang of concern. "Mommy, look," Evelyn said, pointing to the hallway. Joy-Anna's heart dropped when she looked up and saw what Evelyn was pointing at. water was slowly seeping through the hallway floor. She quickly walked over to inspect, but her heart began to race as she realized the water wasn't just a trickle. It was coming in fast, soaking the floor and spreading. She immediately called out to her husband, Austin, who was working outside on the property. Austin came running in, and they both tried to find the source of the leak. The mystery of it all added to the chaos as they checked each room and every possible source of the water. Soon, they discovered a burst pipe under their kitchen sink had been steadily releasing water into the house. The realization hit hard. The plumbing had given way, and the water was quickly damaging their home. As the minutes passed, the situation only worsened. They tried everything they could think of, turning off the water supply, grabbing towels to soak up the flood, even using buckets to contain the spreading disaster. But it was too late. The water had already begun to seep into the living room, soaking into the carpets and furniture. By this point, Joanna couldn't hold back her emotions. Watching the home she loved and worked so hard to maintain become overwhelmed by water was heartbreaking. She was flooded with memories of the hours spent decorating, cleaning, and making it a safe haven for her family. Tears welled up in her eyes as she stood helplessly, unable to stop the water from spreading further. In that moment, Joanna felt a deep sense of vulnerability. She wasn't only crying over the physical mess, but over the feeling of losing control over her cherished home. The Duggar family is known for taking pride in their self-sufficiency and resilience, but facing this kind of situation was a new, humbling challenge. Meanwhile, Austin tried to comfort his wife, assuring her they'd find a way to repair the damage. He was already on the phone with a plumber, hoping to get immediate assistance. Still, Joanna couldn't shake the sense of dread. She worried about the toll this could take on their finances and time. As the plumber finally arrived, the couple took a moment to catch their breath. The flood was contained, but the damage had already taken its toll. Carpets were ruined, furniture was soaked, and parts of the walls had already begun to absorb the water. What began as a regular morning had turned into a heartbreaking scene of destruction. Reflecting on the ordeal, Joanna later shared her experience in a video for fans who've watched her family grow and evolve over the years. "It's hard to describe what it's like seeing your home in a state of disaster," she admitted through tears. "This place means everything to us, and to see it like that, it was devastating. But we'll get through this." Fans flooded the comments with words of support, offering everything from advice to heartfelt messages of encouragement. Many even shared similar experiences, creating a sense of solidarity and reminding Joanna that she wasn't alone in her struggles. In a moment of vulnerability, she found the strength to persevere, encouraged by the empathy of those who followed her journey. In the days following the incident, Austin and Joanna worked together to repair the damage. They replaced the soaked carpet, had new plumbing installed, and rearranged their furniture. The process was exhausting, but it brought them closer together as a couple, reminding them of the importance of teamwork and resilience. This story serves as a reminder that sometimes life throws unexpected challenges our way. For Joanna Duggar, what began as a typical day became a lesson in patience, vulnerability, and the power of community. If you're looking for more Duggar family news, stay tuned by subscribing to this channel for all your updates.